A new public affairs program called Zona Politics with Jim Nintzel, now featured on KGUN 9. Guests debate the political currents behind the big stories of the week.
Jim Nintzel himself is here with us to tell us more about his new show. Welcome.
Well, thanks for having me over.
It's so good to have you. So tell us a little bit about it. I mean, what's it like producing and starring in your own show now?
Oh, it's a lot of excitement. You know, I used to do a show over on the local PBS affiliate, and we've launched a new independent show. It's very similar, a chance to sit down with people who know what's going on in politics and kind of find out what's going on behind all these headlines we've seen over the last week or even longer. You know, this is the big political season, so obviously a lot of political ads your viewers are watching in between these segments. So we're trying to get into what's behind those ads, who's running for office, what kind of campaigns are they running, what's going on in the background, the jockeying, where are these races. And you know, we have a big show this weekend, Sunday morning. Fred Duvall, running for governor, will be our guest, and then we have a panel with Leah Marquez Peterson from the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, as well as Jeff Rogers, an attorney who's the former chairman of the Pima County Democratic Party, and they kind of run through their perspectives on the races.
And you know, like you said, it's hard to navigate your way all through these political ads because there's so many, and they're usually just saying like, my opponent is wrong. No, my opponent's wrong. So it's great to have a show like this. Why do you think it's so important to have it?
Well, I think it's important for the media to try to cut through all that clutter that's out there. You know, as you were saying, you can't necessarily trust what these ads are saying. You can't necessarily trust what the candidates are saying. So we're trying to get in there and say, hey, this is what's really happening. This is the truth behind that ad, or this is what's false about that ad. But also letting people know, you know, what are these folks doing on the campaign trail, and who are they, and what are the strategies that they're using, and things like that.
So it's not really, I mean, it's not really a bias program. You're letting people come to their own conclusions. You're just presenting the facts. Yeah,
I see myself as being there as the moderator, bringing on people from across the political spectrum, allowing them to have their say, a little bit of a debate. But hopefully, you know, it's not all crossfire and people yelling at each other, but actually some insight into what's going on out there, and some analysis of how these campaigns work.
Definitely. And how is the Arizona Watchdog Alliance with you guys? How is that involvement?
So that's a nonprofit organization that I've created to help support the program, and folks can check it out. The details on that at zonapolitics.com. But we have we have a nonprofit organization that's kind of the organization that's helping us get this thing off the ground and funded.
And Jim, like you mentioned earlier, you're not new to Arizona TV. Can you tell us how long you've been talking about politics?
Well, you know, I work my day job at the Tucson Weekly, where I write the column The Skinny, and I've been doing that for more than 2 decades now, and working over with Channel 6 probably somewhere around the mid-90s. I started over there as a panelist on their Friday Roundtable, eventually came to host the Friday Roundtable about 3 years ago, and wrapped up a run over there about 6 months ago. And since then, a lot of people encouraged me, said, hey, why don't you keep this show going somehow? So this is our effort to do that. The folks here at KGUN were kind enough to sell us a half hour of time on Sunday morning so that we can get our show out there. And you know, reaction's been really great. First one was last week. Second one's coming up this week.
Excellent. So the reaction, people gave you a lot of good feedback, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. People seem very happy to see the show back on the air, because I think folks like to have a chance to, you know, find out, like we said, what's going on behind the headlines, and they like the idea of having people who know something about what's going on in politics come on and kind of lay out their vision of what's happening.
Definitely. And what's your take on all the funny news shows like Daily Show and all those? What do you think about those?
I'm going to miss Colbert terribly when he goes away. I love the Daily Show. I think those shows just do such a great job.
They really do.
I would love to have that kind of budget, that kind of thing. But
soon you'll have that kind of budget.
Eventually. Exactly.
And you said that you hope it's not all yelling, but if there is, it's good for ratings. Maybe you can go viral, and that's how you get more funding,
always.
Right?
Yeah, it's true.
Have someone throw a chair at somebody else or something like that on the set. That would. I don't think we're going to get to that point, but I do think having a little bit of contention. You know, these are important issues, and people do have sharp disagreements about them. So I think having a chance for people to express themselves is a wonderful opportunity.
Definitely.
And it's lovely to see that passion, whether you agree with it or not. It's nice to see that passion behind what they think.
Yeah.
And we said who's coming up next Sunday. Do we know? Do you have any sneak peeks for the Sundays coming up?
You know, I don't yet. But I know we're going to have a big pre-election day extravaganza the week after this, and then after that, the election's over. So I hope folks get out and vote.
Definitely.
No matter what you think, go out and vote in a couple of weeks, and then after that, we'll be breaking down what happened after the election, and much adventure ahead.
That's an excellent way to put it.
Yeah, thank you so much. We'll see you Sunday.
Welcome to the Kagan family.
Well, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be part of it.
Should we group hug? Kagan,
Absolutely.
group hug.
Yeah.
Oh, Kagan group hug. Oh, and you can catch Jim Nintzel on his show, Zona Politics.
Right here on Kagan 9 on Sunday.
Yep.
And
Lee's pointing to the prompter, but it's not moving. Sundays at 9:30 a.m. For more information, you can visit zonapolitics.com.
And we have